All right, mic check. Can y'all see me pretty good? Sleep at the Real. What's going on, brother? All right, y'all can hear me. We got some wind today, so I'm gonna let y'all come on in the house. I'm gonna set up, get my basket together, see if we can catch us some fish today. Question for the chat: how did y'all Did y'all get notified for this live? I asked that question because a lot of folks been telling me, "Hey, man, I keep missing the live. How do I get notified?" Now, I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna have to check your notifications. Wherever you subscribe, just make sure that you put, I think it's notify all. Someone said it just popped up in the notifications. So I got two phones so I can try to read some of the chats. All right, did y'all see the thumbnail? And the thumbnail was supposed to have been my new setup. I gotta break it in. Just got it Saturday, one of my favorite setups. And basically it's the Aldebaran, love this reel, with a Phoenix BFS rod. I'll tell you firsthand, I only put 10-pound test braid on, Power Pro. We're gonna talk about, I guess our topics today, we're gonna talk about the fall. A lot of the guys that's live scoping. Now, I try to let a few folks come in before I kind of go into it. Like the first 5 minutes. We're at 4 minutes 25. Crappy Hunter Seeker, Big Al, Jeffrey Holmes, Sleep at the Real. Hope all y'all doing pretty good. Definitely Sleep at the Real. Definitely give me a shout out. Next April, come on down. The weather will be pretty good. We'll be in the spring. All right. Something about the fall. Any water you go to, you want to pay attention to your water temperature. All right. Right now, my water temperature is 63 degrees. All right. This is important. Understanding this concept. Once the water temperature drops below 70 degrees, the sun is going to stop making algae and bacteria for your bait fish to eat. Since the sun is no longer making the food source, the shad has no choice but to start to move to the mouth of the cove and migrate to these backs of these creeks, right? Now, I'm in open water, but it's a long tributary. And so I can go all the way in the backs of the creeks, but I think it's too soon, right? As I scan this open water, I'm in 22 foot of water. I started seeing suspended fish. Now I'm seeing suspended fish between 10 and 16 feet deep. So I guess most of my catches, whatever I find today, is going to be between a 5-second count or a 7-second count. All right. I'm using a 1/16 jig head. That falls 2 foot per second. So if the fish is 14 foot deep, guess what? That's a 7-second count. Now, for my live scope people, I don't use live scope like a lot of other people, I guess. I feel like live scope is taking most of our abilities of fishing away. I say that because, to me, my live scope is just an expensive marker buoy, right? Tells me what direction my fish are in and how deep they are, right? I don't have to see my jig every time I throw. A lot of the, I guess, YouTubers or a lot of the guys that's on YouTube trying to teach live scope, a lot of them, they focusing too much on seeing their jig, all right? I don't know if y'all know this, but you got a window of about 14 to 16 inches when you're casting out, when you're looking through the live scope. So unless you're very accurate, where you can cast in that window, you're not gonna see your jig half of the time. But here's the best thing about understanding that. Now, let's just say you at home, you are the fish, right? This is my jig. Now, I can put this in front of your face, right? You can see it. So let's just say the center would be live scope, right? Just because I move this jig 2 foot to the right or 2 foot to the left, guess what? You can still see it. Because if you're a fish, you're not just seeing what's in front of you, you can see off to each side. All right? These fish don't live in a 2D world. The screen that you're watching is 2D. And so just because you don't see your jig doesn't mean your fish can't see the jig. All right, so I'm gonna be demonstrating that because that's how I like to fish. All right. Since the groups of crappie are starting to, I guess, split up, right? Your bigger fish are typically going to start singling out, getting in 1 or 2, maybe 3 fish pods, and they're going to hunt together. This is the time when they start moving back into these coves. I'm gonna turn, I got my spot lock on. We're just gonna look around. I've been seeing on live scope a dot here, a dot there. 10 to 12 foot deep. All right, I see one single about 50 foot out, right? My goal is to know what direction that fish is, determine how deep it is so I know how to count it. And not focus on trying to find my jig, right? So 45 feet that direction, that fish is about 12 feet down. I'm gonna pull forward. Someone asked a question about the full moon. Let me see that real quick. There was a full moon last. The full moon does affect fishing in the morning time. All right. if you ever notice, and if you look at a crappie, God has made every night creature, every night predator has nocturnal vision. It's a ring in their eyes. Now, if you notice, your crappie, your bass, your predator fish have that same ring in the eye, just like the owl, the raccoon, the rabbit, the possum. Y'all get it, right? And so those fish see very well at night. And so anytime you got a full moon, they're gonna feed more at night, right? And that's the reason if you go to the water, let's just say 6, 7 in the morning, you're just catching the end of a night bite. All right. So anytime you got a full moon, wait till the evening time to go fishing. It's we're live, so where I'm at is 2:41 right now, right? And so I'm waiting till the evening time. Now I saw a fish out there. I gotta see where that fish went. Single fish, 12 foot deep, that direction. 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, 5 5, 6 6, right? Now I'm gonna wind slow. If I don't get a hit, I don't get a hit. But if he hit it, I'm gonna crack him. Jigging the line sometimes. All right, no hit. 40 feet out, that direction. It's 2 2. I'm gonna make that same cast. 4 4, 5 5, 6 6. Just gonna wind. Is Chippo still around? Yes, Chippo's still around. He's got a channel called Chippo Outdoors. I've been telling folks, I said Chippo got the what they call the gun bug. You know, when you start buying up guns, going to the range, he been doing that type of thing. It looked like he been doing good. I'm gonna pull forward. Now, I'm not looking for any types of groups at all. Meaning, if you find group, they're typically smaller fish. You want to find 1 or 2 that's suspended. Because once a crappie get, say, 12, 13, 14 inches, a lot of times they don't need the protection of the group, right? This is why, you know, it's safety in numbers. We got another fish about 14 foot deep, right? So I'm gonna just let it fall. Let me say about 7. It's about 6 or 7 inches. 6 or 7 seconds. Just wind in. Let the line out some. I'm gonna try to read some of the messages. Open water, yep, bait caster. I think bait casters are way more accurate, so that's why I use them. 40 feet that way. don't even know if these fish are biting. I'm gonna focus and go ahead and catch a fish real quick. Let's see. If you're watching the video, give the video a like, a thumbs up. Ain't gonna hurt you nothing. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. How about this? I'm a catch a fish, and that'll be for the thumbs up, right? Yeah, there he is. Right? Come on up here. It's a good fish. I'll take this jig out. What y'all think of that? It's a good one, right? We're gonna put him in a basket. All right. Now, if that ain't worth a thumbs up, you shouldn't be watching. 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, 5 5, 6 6. Oh, he hit it on the fall. I'm gonna slime up this reel today. Another good fish, y'all. Check him out. Yeah. Whoa! I dropped it. Hook came out. Y'all give me a second. There you go. Gonna put him in a basket. Now that was back to back. The thumbs up should be right there. I'm trying to get in a habit of looking back, y'all, to let you understand, like, yeah, my live scope is here, but I don't focus on no live scope, right? Focus on how far the fish is out, how deep it is, and then count it. We can go for 10 feet. What color lure am I using? What's the water temperature? Okay, water temperature is 63 degrees. The color I'm using, basically a natural gray, smoke gray. In the fall, stick to natural colors, right? If y'all notice, our daylight time, I think it switched over already, but hold on, I see some fish. 40 foot out. About 14 foot down, so that's about 7 seconds. So I'm just gonna, let me get back to my train of thought. So, closer, 1, 2. Our nights are longer than our days, right? I want you to think about it this way. This is gonna help you pick out what colors you should be using for the fall. You wanna match what's naturally going on in the environment, right? The trees, they're starting to turn colors, turning brown, just purple, that's a good color. Copper, I got a color I call copper. Really good colors. But think about it this way. The less sunlight you get, the less tan you're gonna have, which means you're gonna start getting lighter, right? Your bait fish are the same way. Your other fish, your predator fish are the same way too. In the summertime, they got a lot of color because there's a lot of sun. Now, Wintertime, they're going deeper. It's less sunlight shining in the water. And so they start losing color. And so now you naturally say, oh, I got to start using lighter colors. Your natural pinks, light gray, pearl, monkey milk. It's winter colors. That's what I'll say about that. Let's catch another fish. I see a fish. Well, like maybe one or two of them. See, that direction. 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, 5 5, 6 6. And wind slow. And a lot of times when I'm using a bait caster, if I don't get a hit within, I don't know, 6 or 7 winds, I'm just winding it in. Because I'm pretty accurate with my distance. As long as you know your distance, I guess that's another thing you need to work on. You should be working on, if you're going to be live scoping, especially this winter, you want to practice, casting. I do it all the time, especially when I'm home. I get bored. We need to get a super chat up and running. That'd be cool. If you want to support the channel, if you look in the description, I always got my Cash App link. You can support me that way. Donate $1 or $2, gas money, whatever. Which reminds me, I got like 1 or 2 shout outs to do. I can't cast it directly in the sunlight. That's another thing. I look back so I don't have to be looking at the sun. All right, we got a fish. It's 42 foot out, about 10 feet down. And so that 42 and 10. So that direction, 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, 5 5. And now wind, just real slow. I do 4 turns, 4 or 5 turns. If I ain't got a hit, I wind it in and recast. One, 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, 5. Now just wind. Oh, he hit it. You see that? Within 5 turns of the handle, that fish hit it. Don't have to see the jig. Simply count it down and wind. Either he gonna hit it or he not. That's a big one. Y'all see what I'm saying? Jig came right out of his mouth. But y'all see that fish? Good thick fish. We'll put him in the basket. Good content. Appreciate the videos. Thank you. Todd Gaines, I appreciate it, brother. I tell folks my jigs ain't special, right? I keep it simple, but I want them durable. I can't be, you see it's not sliding down. I can't be adjusting it every cast. I don't want them tearing up. So a lot of times, anyone that uses my baits know that you can catch 100 fish without changing plastic. And that ain't even a exaggeration. We're gonna pull forward some. Now I'm only seeing fish every 20 or 30 feet. You might see a suspended fish here and there. We got one on that side. He's 30 foot out, 10 feet down. So that way. 30 foot out, 10 feet down. So that's, we will call that 5 seconds, right? Five. Then I'm a slow wind. All right, no bite. So I'm gonna wind it back in, right? Do it again. 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, 5 5. Wind. No hit, wind it in. I'm gonna assume that fish ain't feeding, because I know I threw in his direction twice. Third time may be the charm. Let's see. 2 2, 3 3. I threw off. It was too short. 2 2, 3 3, 4 4. Someone asked what type of trolling motor I use. It's a Minn Kota Tarova. I have them on all my boats. This is hard working. I don't have problems with them. And one of my biggest things is if it's not broke, why fix it? You know, haven't given me no issues, so that's what I stick with. Now notice I'm pulling forward about another 20 feet. I'm not gonna beg a fish to bite. If I see a fish, I cast to him 2 or 3 times. He doesn't bite it, then I assume, guess what? He not hungry, right? All right, I got 2 fish, 46 foot out, 10 feet down. Or it looks like 8 feet down. So we'll just do 4 seconds. Cast in that direction. 3 3, 4 4, 5. So wind in slow. How did I pick the spot? I didn't just pick a spot. What I did was, I know that the water temperature is 62, 63. Most of the fish are gonna start going, following bait fish into the coves. So personally, I'm not following a bunch of the smaller fish around. The big fish, it takes them a little time to get back there because they're not gonna move like the younger fish. For that reasoning, I come out to open water. Now, on this tributary, there are coves going in this way, going that way, another one going that way, but I'm out on the main, right? If I was to go into the tributary or into the cove, it's gonna be a lot of bait there. Now, not saying that you can't catch fish, but sometimes there's a such thing as having too much bait fish around. Because I'm throwing an artificial jig, and if I got millions of bait fish around, them fish typically won't bite. So although the bait fish are moving, going towards these coves, you can still target fish, the bigger fish that's outside the cove, because they want to eat too. And so that's kind of what I'm doing. Two, two, three, three, four, four, five, five, one. He hit it. Y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see him? No, I'm not. I don't want to keep this fish. He's small. He's like 9.5, close to 10 inches. So with this. Now I'm not gonna count that as a catch. You know, normally I count how many in the basket, but hell, I'm just fishing and I'm just talking about what's going on. I gotta make a bomb cast. Hold on, that's 60 feet. 60 foot that direction. Two, three, three, four, four, five, five. And just wind slow. I got a few people asking me about maybe booking a trip December. I can't say that I'm gonna have availability. Y'all, when it get cold, I kind of tend to sit at home. Last year I got sick because I was fishing in the cold too much. That C19 did me dirty last year. Because I don't think we can still say the actual words, what it is. But yeah, after the video, I'll put like the number you can text me. And we might can set something up. I get a lot of people ask me why I don't add weight. If you see in some people's videos, they'll have a jig and maybe a split shot, or sometimes they use beads, and I think that's so they can see their bait better. I would call it a crutch, because you know the word tells us not to be anxious for anything, right? And so I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna fish and I'm gonna catch fish. I ain't trying to rush to drop down to them. I take my time, I count my jig down, and I catch fish, right? And so I guess if you're using a split shot, and here's another thing I noticed, you know, when your split shot is here and a fish hit it here, when the fish hit this, it dampens the sensation going back up to your rod tip. And so you literally can miss a lot of fish if you're not paying attention. Now, I'm sure a lot of the people that use split shots and they drop down on fish, I guess they can see the hit. So I guess if you can see the hit, it don't matter. Since I'm not focused on seeing my jig, I'm just focused on the direction. I want full sensitivity. Now I've counted down to about 8 seconds. which is gonna be a 4-second fall. I mean, 8 foot deep. And I want, oh, I got a tap. I missed. Missed that fish. Light tap. I'm gonna try that again. Literally just trying to break in this rod and reel. When dialing a bait caster, especially the Shimano's, the more you throw it, the better casting, the better it gets, the better it feels. It's almost like breaking in a motor, a brand new motor. Same concept. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let's recast. Try to locate the fish. 40 feet. 1 1, 2 2, 3 3, 4 4, then wind. Now, if I make 2 or 3 casts, I don't get a hit, guess what? Just keep moving. Object of the game is don't force the fish or don't beg the fish to bite. Keep moving till you see another fish. You should automatically assume if that fish don't bite it, and you know you got it somewhere in his area, that fish he's just not active, right? If he's not active, what can you do? You know what I'm saying? That makes sense. I wind, 4, 5. No hit, I'm just winding up. That direction. I can see him out there. I can't see my jig, but we're not looking for the jig. When I get 5 turns of this handle, I just wind in. How long does the pattern generally last? Okay, this is based off the water temperature. All right, 60s, high 50s. Those fish are gonna push into the cove, going into the back, following the shad. Understand this, shad are gonna be eating the hydrilla, plants that's starting to die. As it gets colder and colder, the plant life start to die and it gets real soft and mushy. The bait fish actually go feed on those plants, right? And then they'll be back in there. The fish gonna follow them into the coves until the water temperatures drop into like the high 30s. Because 32 degrees, water gonna start freezing, right? So them cold winter nights, those fish gonna start working their way right back out of the cove because they got to go deep. If they stay in shallow water where night temperatures can freeze them, they'll die. And so that's the process. And so doing this, suspended fish, well, it's gonna be until the spring, really. 40 feet. Four, 4, 5, 5, wine. felt like I had a nip. I was unsure. I'm gonna recast. I had a bite. I missed him. Now, I don't know if y'all noticing. I'm casting here, here, just wherever I see a dot on the screen. Arlington Outdoor, what's going on? What's the temperature down? We're 62 degrees is the water temperature where I'm at. The waters y'all fishing, what's y'all water temperatures? Anybody went fishing recently? Can y'all hear? Now, I got to see that fish just now. He didn't want to move. So, I keep pulling forward. This fish is 16 feet deep. It's gonna be an 8-second fall. And in my mind, I can kind of hear myself count in my head. And so, I'd say that's about 8 seconds. I won about 5 times. 70 last week. 70 is still early. You can still find fish on structure around 70. Anything close to 70 degrees, if you got brush for your favorite brush piles, you can pretty much still, or catch fish holding on like that. But typically, once you get close to 60 degrees, brush piles, stuff like that, you can hang that up. That's out the window. All right, so that fish didn't move. We're gonna make one more cast at him. Let it fall 8 seconds. Cold front coming in. That fish hit it. Now I saw that fish moving. That's a good hit. Good fish too, goodness. I don't know if y'all can hear that. He splash. That's a big one. Come on up. Oh yeah. Took it down deep. That's a natural gray. Natural gray. I don't have my little tweezers with me. Now look at that fish. That's a old biggin. Oh, what y'all call them? Slab. Yeah, that's a good one. All right. We'll put them in the basket. Gotta love them that size. That fish is probably 14 inches, maybe a little over. Anywhere you go, that's a good fish. 14 inches is a good fish. Here on this lake, you can catch some 15s. Haven't seen much 16s. When you start getting into 16 inches on black crappie, you're talking about 3-pound crappie. White crappie, not so much. Just because white crappie, you know, their body is different. They grow longer. Well, longer than black crappie. You can get a white crappie that's 16 inches and sometimes it won't even be close to 2 pounds. It just depends on where you're fishing. That's about 16 foot deep right there. Nice slab. Yes, very nice slab. I am at Sharon Harris. I'm here because ain't too many lakes better than Sharon Harris. A lot of people like Jordan Lake, and that's 15 minutes north. But I'll tell you something. I fished Jordan Lake many a times. Problem that I have with Jordan Lake is I went out there about 3 hours, caught about 80 fish, right? 80 crappie. But out of that 80, I might have had 14 that was bigger than 12 inches. Which that's I think personally that's a trash ratio. So if you're fishing Jordan Lake, I would say fish it in the spawn and winter where the bigger fish are suspending. Because if you fish it in the, like say the spring, after the spring and they grouped up, you're gonna catch a lot of babies. Well, I ain't gonna say babies, 10-inch, 11-inch fish. Which ain't nothing wrong with that. That makes a good eater fish, right? That's another one. That makes a good eater fish. Sort of like this guy here. I don't want to catch a bunch of these right here at all. Not at all. Close to 10 inches. I want something that's gonna bow my rod over. Here's some fish that way. They're 16 feet deep as well. So is that where you'll go in December? Yes. Honestly, I don't plan on fishing Jordan Lake ever again. Just being real. So yeah, if I fish in December, it'll be Jordan Lake. I'm gonna come out and do a live. I'm gonna try to do a live maybe once a week for y'all, right? Just so y'all can kind of know what's going on, what to look for on your body of water. And I kind of want to build up my live content. I haven't, I've got 40 something edited videos and I want to do some unedited stuff. That's a little fish. All right, I'm gonna move forward. $30 that direction. 10 down. 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. That fish didn't move, so I'm gonna keep going. Now here's the thing, I'm seeing suspended fish everywhere, but when they're in a group, say 6 or 8, I'm not looking for them because they're gonna end up being small. That last fish, there's like 4 of them, and you could tell they were small. If y'all have any topics and things like that, because I am fishing, I can't read everybody's comment, but after the video, I'm gonna go look at the comments and I can answer you there if I didn't answer it already. All right, I see one lone fish. Now that's a good thing because one lone fish means he's probably gonna be a good fish. I'm gonna pull up on him because he's like 75 feet out. Yes, you did. a lot of crappie was caught last fall on Jordan. Yeah, I'm trying to sneak up on that one fish. All right, I got him in the 50-foot range. So, see if we can. That fish is about 11 foot down, so I'm just letting it fall. He didn't move. Now there's another fish a little bit closer at 30 feet. I'm gonna let it drop towards him. Now he saw it and he may hit it. I'm gonna wind real slow. No hit, so I'm gonna just wind it in. still gonna go towards that one single fish. He's still sitting there. That fish is about 11 foot, so I'm gonna just let it fall. Small tap. Now the glare is in my eye. How about the camera? Is the camera messed up from being the sun hitting it like that? Sorry, I may have missed it, but what jig head are you using? I'm using a pill shape head that I basically put my own eyes on, a 116. I don't fish with, a lot of stuff I fish with is my own stuff. What I prefer. Something store-bought, you can get like the VMC Moon Eye jigs. I like them. Tail nipping. Yes, not the 1/32. I don't use 1/32 until spring, when the fish are like 6 foot underneath the surface. 90% of the time, 95% of the time, I'm using a 116. I see people get frustrated when the fish don't bite, and I'm like, well, the fish just may not be hungry, so. That fish hit it. He hit the tail. I don't know if y'all saw that. I'll drop it back down to that same fish. Because I don't think he felt the hook or anything. Hold on, but that's that. I see the big fish. That's on this side. That big fish still ain't moved. Hell, I might be looking at a bass, y'all. Never target moving fish. If he ain't sitting still, don't target him. I was falling and that fish started moving. So that let me know he probably was a bass. That's not like a crappy thing. I whined 5 times, didn't get a bite, so I whined it in. letting this fall 5 seconds, so that's 10 feet deep. Just 5 turns. No bite, wind it in. Should you downsize when they are biting the tail? You can. Normally you just bite it. I still have this. I'm not gonna downsize or anything like that. Because all of them hasn't. If you get consistent short bites, you should probably downsize. But the fish that I set the hook on, they've been having it in their mouth. 2 of them was in the back of their throat. So I'm not gonna really downsize. If every fish I came across was tail nipping, then I would shorten my plastic. That was a good question. That was a good question. So, all right, I'm dropping down. That one fish won't move, y'all. Does the tail matter? Sometimes, if you're talking about a curly tail versus a straight tail, when it's cold, you want to go with straight tail. When the shad are really active and moving around, go with the curly tail. Honestly, I don't fish with a lot of curly tails, so it doesn't matter to me. I use straight tail the whole time. Sickle hook, no, never. Can't stand sickle hooks. That's the one unreliable hook. And I know a lot of people out there, they like sickle hooks, but you couldn't pay me to use them. I say that because right where that little bend is at, after about 118 to 150 hook sets, that thing will snap right at that bend point. I've lost some good fish due to that a sickle hook. I stick with J hooks. That's be a good fish right there, y'all. No, no. There is no kitchen towel. There is no kitchen table in the winter. That's a water temperature. Oh, hold on. Oh, look at this fish, y'all. Now that fish, when he hit, got the 55-foot mark. Look how big that thing is. Thick back on him. See if I can block out the sun so y'all can get a good ooh-wee. See how it's deep in his mouth? And so I don't need to shorten the bait. That's a good fish. Thick fish. 14 and a half, maybe. Close to 15 inch right here. Like I said, close to 15 inches. If not 15, but y'all see him. I'm gonna put him in that basket. Biggin, exactly. Yeah. What I was saying was the kitchen table really doesn't apply when it's cold water. Simply because now that the thermocline, the summer thermocline is gone, the water done mixed up. And so you can have the same temperature throughout the water columns. And so those bait can pretty much be at any depth they want to be at. It's not cold enough for them to go real deep yet. Like I said, when it gets in that 42 down to 38, that's when you start looking deeper. But unless you don't got water that deep, then it don't matter. If you're fishing a lake and it's not really deep, it's not a real deep lake. Say the deepest part is 12 to 15 feet. Well, listen, look at your river channels because that's flowing water. Flowing water doesn't freeze. So the majority of your bait fish, probably all of your bait fish, are going to be there, and predator fish will follow. This fish was straight under the boat. I'm gonna just hold it still, see if he hit it. What's the biggest crappie I've caught? My biggest crappie came out of Santee. I got him mounted. It's 4 pounds, 3 ounces. My biggest bass is 14 pounds, 6 ounces. And that was out of Lake Fork in Texas. I see another big fish. That fish ain't move. Dang, I missed that fish. That's another question. I need my boy Andre to net my fish. No, I don't net a lot of fish unless I'm in a tournament, you know what I mean? If he comes off, I don't care. I catch a lot of fish, y'all. That fish jump out of, just like if he jump out that basket, okay, whatever. I don't have him to jump out the basket, but if he did, I wouldn't care, you know. I'm just showing you what this is easy. Give him a fighting chance, you know. Oh, I see another fish 50 feet out. I'm gonna try to catch it. This fish is 12 feet deep, so that's gonna be a 6-second fall. That's about 6 seconds. Now, although I don't see the jig, I know I'm in the area, right? And I can see the fish. If the fish move, I know that fish saw my jig. Does that make sense to y'all? Even if I don't see the jig, but I see the fish move, why would the fish want to, if the fish was sitting there, say, that whole time he was sitting still, right? And it just so happens I throw that direction and that fish move, that lets me know, although I didn't see my jig, that fish saw the bait. And so I can just pay attention and slow roll. I'm gonna pull forward. And you have to keep moving because honestly, these suspended crappie, they're not gonna start moving around until the sun get low. and they go on the night hunt. Like I told you, crappie are nocturnal feeders, so they're gonna feed at night mostly, and this is when they really move around. And so if you ain't around them, you ain't catching no fish, and you sitting still, you really need to be moving. You just keep moving. I got that one. Just gotta keep moving. It's another good fish. Probably a 12-inch fish. Y'all see him. Fish. Billy Ray. Yeah, 4 pounds. 4 pounds, 3 ounces. Santee Cooper. Put him in the basket. I aimed at a fish. He did not move, so I'm going to keep going forward. That's 20 feet. 20 feet at a time. Straight sniping them. Yeah. Well, you can say that. Now, y'all on your own, because I hate actually fishing this slow. I like seeing a bunch of fish so I can just bang, 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 bang. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm too used to just wearing them out that now, like, just one fish at a time thing, it sucks. I don't like fishing like this at all. I really don't. Some days I might move forward and might see one fish, catch him, and then my next fish will be 150 feet away. Like in between fish. Now I'm actively looking for bigger fish. So some of the smaller fish that I see, I won't even cast towards them. I see one fish 45 foot away, 11 foot deep. So that way, give him a 5-second fall. That'll put it at 10 feet deep. Then I'll wind slow. Try not to cast too much into the sun. It's messing me up. Because when I look back to try to read the screen, I see the sun glare. Why is the camera facing the sun? Why is the camera facing the sun? It's because I'm always going to face into current or into the wind. That means the sun is over there because he's going down, right? He's going down in the west. And so the wind is blowing this way. That's why it's in the sun. Now, when the sun set, you don't have to worry about the camera being in the sun. Had a bite, missed him. Now, something I did notice, when I got on the water, it seemed like every cove that I passed had a boat in it. Ain't nobody was out like on the main lake. Which I get it, because you know, you're kind of out of the wind. But bigger fish gonna be in the main water right now. That boat up there, I don't know if y'all saw that boat pull out of the cove just now. I see him go into a cove 20 minutes to come out and go into another cove 20 minutes. And I know they're in there. They're in them coves, but you gotta be patient. You gotta take your time. Some folks just move around too quick. I see one fish that way. He don't look that big. He didn't bite. Pull forward 20 feet. On peace, Billy Ray. Does it get better when the sun go down? No. The sun go down, everything's beginning to move. Remember I said you don't target moving fish? Soon as the sun get down, tucked behind those trees, those fish gonna start moving. They go on the hunt, and they hunt all night during that moonlight. And so, if night come to you, will the bite pick up? It can, but just when you use live bait, multiple lines, that type of thing, spider rigging. But this suspended fish, one at a time, or you're seeing doubles and singles. Once that sunset, you can hang it up. They're gonna just be moving too fast. Tail nip. It was two of them, so I'm gonna make another cast right back in that same direction. Same fish. He nipping the tail. So that lets you know that very inactive until that sunfall. Let's throw this way. It's 3 fish this direction. And they are about 12 feet deep. That's a 6-second fall. I'm gonna make 3 casts at them. Let's see if any of them budge. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. I'm gonna do 5. 5 seconds. Wind slow. No hit. Wind it in. I'm gonna recast. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Wind it in 4 times. No bite. Keep winding. Recast. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Wind. In the fall, should we look for more suspended fish or search for schools in the coves? Yes. If you want to catch eaters, smaller fish in the fall and winter, look for more numbers. The more you see, the smaller they're gonna be. So the bigger the group, typically the smaller the fish. They only schooled up like that because they don't want to get eaten by like bigger bass, catfish, that type of thing. But if you want to catch big fish, you want to look for singles. That 4-pounder that I caught, he was by himself. A lot of the 3s that I caught, I mean, I'm just being honest, I've never caught I got this one. I've never caught like a 2-pounder among a bunch of fish. I haven't. That's an eater fish, but he ain't what we're looking for. Throw him away. Now that was a good eater fish, but a lot of times I'm keeping my 12 and up if I can help it. And then it kind of depends on what lake you're fishing. When I'm at Santee Cooper, if y'all looked at that spawn video I did, I threw back 13-inch fish because I was keeping 14 and up. And so it kind of just depends on, you know, the quality of the fish in the lake you're in. If I was at Jordan, you should probably do 10 and up if you want to keep fish. Here I can get away with doing 12 and up because literally you don't catch a lot of small fish here on this lake. Or at least I don't. Now I see some 12-inch fish or 13-inch fish ahead, right? I'm I'm gonna get a little bit closer and I'm gonna target one. And so you'll see like, there's some really nice sized fish out here. It's a big ball of bait here too though, but I'm gonna target I'm gonna throw right into that bait ball. These fish is actually feeding. Didn't move yet. Try it again. I got him. He hit it. It's gonna be a good fish. Come here. Look at here. See, this is what I'm telling you. See the size of that fish? That's a good fish. Oh man, that's 13. Y'all see it. See that? Good thick. He make a good fillet. I ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong. Don't go in that basket. What's happening, Captain? Doing good. Now I knew that fish was a good sized fish simply because he was by himself. Like I tell you, the bigger ones, they ain't worrying about getting eat by, other fish, typically. But if you stay in a place that has, I don't know, large catfish, flathead, like in that 60-pound range, that's when you can start finding the pound and a halves, 2-pounders in the group. If you got really large catfish or what else? Big striper. If you got really big predator fish in your lake, the crab has to stick together. Safety in numbers. "44 feet that direction." That fish is 10 foot deep. So that's a 5-second fall, but that's 44 feet that way. Oh, he hit it. He tapped it, light tap. Time to go sniping this week. Yep. Todd Nelson, yep. Another one. Listen, if I miss you all comment, I'm sorry because I'm fishing, but I'm going to go back after the video and look at comments. If you got any questions, you can definitely type them in and I'll get back to them. See, I see a fish, and it's another good fish, y'all. 40 foot that direction. All right, it's 10 foot deep. This is 5-second fall. I want to slow over there. Now I can't really see that fish. He's covered around bait. I made 5 turns, so I'm gonna wind it up. But this is another good looking fish. Might be even moving a little bit because this looked like he had 48. Started at 45, now it looks like he had 48. That's 5 turns. Fish didn't move. I try to block the sun for y'all a little bit. Yes, I'm at Harris. You don't have to worry about me going to no other lake, especially in the wintertime. Harris will be the only lake I'm going to. I was hoping that fish was going to move. He didn't move. I'm going to make one more cast at him. Then I'm going to keep moving. Yep, didn't move. Said probably hook carp doing that. Okay, no, you can do it just whenever you out here. Carp got like slender bodies, so it looked way different when you're looking at live scope. I appreciate you, Brother Thomas. What is that? It says Granddaddy 013. Love your videos. Are you using? Yes, I have live scope up there. I was showing folks that you don't have to. Live scope is like an expensive marker buoy, right? Typically, all you gotta do is throw the direction you see the fish, count it down, and wind slow. If you go back to the beginning of the video, I mean, I've probably caught, I don't know, 5 or 6. Not even looking at the screen, just looking back at the camera, talking to y'all. You know, I wind slow, and if he hit it, he hit it. If he don't, he don't. That's kind of how I see it. In open water, about 25, 26 foot of water. I got that fish. Can this be done with side imaging? Yes and no. It just depends. Side imaging is mostly, that's another big one. Side imaging is how I find majority of my groups. but it's around structure. You know, it helps you find those brush piles. Y'all see that fish. Beautiful fish. Another big one. He's over 12 inches, probably 12 and 3/4, close to 13. Put him in that basket. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you probably saw that. I wasn't paying attention to live scope. I'm kind of I set the hook. You know, that's what having a good reel, rod and reel setup. Now, you know, I'm breaking in this rod. It was too clean. Now I got some fish slime on it. I feel better about it. You know, the more you cast it, the better it throws. So really back to what I was saying, you can't really do this type of fishing with side imaging. You find fish across the flats, you can do it. Live scope is a wintertime tool or a cold water tool to help you pinpoint exactly where that fish is at. Any other time, I tell anybody, you don't need live scope to catch fish. You really don't. But if you can come out here in the winter, you know, you can go to bridge columns, you know, concrete, stuff like that where fish are whole, especially at the bridges. You can catch them that way. That's about the only way you're going to catch them, you know, because the suspended fish, ain't no way you're going to be, you're just burning a lot of time. And you don't get that much daylight time in the wintertime because, you know, the nights are longer than the days. So I don't want to waste time. Oh, 40 feet that direction. That fish is 14 feet deep. That's a 7-second count. 6, 6, 7, 7. Then I start winding. And like I said, I make 5 turns of this handle because I knew I threw it about 40 feet. If I don't get a hit within that 5 turns, just go ahead and wind up. Because when you're close to that fish, if he see it, he'll hit it. If he's active, he'll hit it. If he ain't active, hey, he won't hit it. So, what temperature is the winter transition? You must not watch my videos. There is no, so there's only 2 seasons. Hot season, cold season, right? Everything above 70 degrees is going to be warm season. Everything under 70 degrees, it's the cold season. There's only 2 seasons for crappie or any fish. They don't know seasons like how we see seasons. And so when water temperatures drop below 70, that's when they're going to transition. They're going to start going from the middle of the lake to the back of the cove. From the back of the cove, when it gets super cold, they're going to go they're going to come out the cove, find the creek channel. They're going to stay in there until it starts to warm up again for the spawn. There's a fish right here in front of the boat. I doubt he'll hit it, but I'm going to try. Yeah, he know better. He just moved. He just moved. I'm going to look around to see if anything further out. I see something that way. It's about 60 feet out, 12 feet down. I don't know if you noticed I had to bomb cast that. Straighten up my face, straighten that out. I see one fish suspended. Definitely want to target him. 35, 40 foot out. That fish is moving. I'm gonna just pull forward. I'm still letting my jig fall. Because even though I don't see the jig, I know most of the fish are a 5-second count through a 7-second count. If you get right in their zone, they'll hit it. Hello to you, West Country. 147 rule. There you go. Todd Nelson, though. Cold weather is the 147 rule. 4-pound test or 6-pound test. I say none of them. 10-pound, 12-pound. I use braid, so I'm going to use 10-pound braid. It's equivalent to 4-pound test as far as diameter. It's just stronger. That fish is right up under the boat. Oh, he hit it. Oh, that fish was stupid. He should have known. Oh, he come off. Good thing. That fish felt small. He felt small. And a lot of times, here's the thing. The big fish typically ain't going to hit it like that, especially out here. The water's clean. Little fish, they don't care. You can drop it right on there, hit it. The bigger fish, they know better. That fish, like, I don't know if y'all saw that. I had that fish hooked. He came off and he just sitting up under the boat. I'm gonna drop it right back down and see if he's gonna move. All right, yeah, he's moving now. I was gonna show you how dumb fish can be. Um, I go to Jordan Lake. Those fish are pretty dumb. I say that because I've hooked fish, big fish. I hooked the 202 at Jordan from 40 foot away, got him to the boat, went to boat flipping and ripped out. Now, since I had live scope, I got to see that fish. That fish literally sank down to about 8 feet deep. And he was just sitting there. Guess he was tired from fighting him, right? I took my jig and flicked it right back out. And as soon as I got in front of that fish, he hit it. Now, I done drug him at least 40 feet. He got off, got away at the side of the boat, and then literally put the jig back in his face and he hit it. That's what I call stupid. And it was a big fish. Like that at a lot of, I would say, low pressure lakes. Sharon Harris is a high pressure lake, meaning a lot of people bass fish this place. It's got good bass in it. Good crappie in it. But it's always boats here. At least Jordan's so big that there's not a lot of pressure, not a lot of boat pressure. Well, until like when the water temperature drops to, now mind you, if you're gonna fish Jordan Lake, it's 62 degrees. When it drops to about 58, going towards 55, that's when you want to go to the bridges. Start looking at the bridges. I'm gonna target one more fish and then I'm gonna get off live. I see another good fish towards them trees over there. Oh, it's a big fish. This fish, I don't know if y'all can see that bank. Y'all can see that bank over there? That limb that's going in the water. Now, mind you, I'm in 21 foot of water right here. But towards that way, there's a fish, and I'm gonna say he's a big one. Because he's sitting by himself, about 45 foot out. I'm gonna target that fish. I'm gonna try to catch that fish, and then I'm getting off live. If you haven't, give the video a thumbs up. Go ahead and do that. If I've refreshed your memory on what to do during this time, just show me some love. Give the video a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Something hit it on the fall, but it wasn't the fish that I was focused on. So it was another fish that was there. I'm glad it didn't spook the fish I'm actually targeting, because the one I'm targeting is the one I want. 45 foot out. Let it fall. That fish is 10 foot deep. I got his attention. Let's see if he hits it. Come on, fish, hit it. He's coming. He hit it. Oh! How long do you get back to the dock? How long does it take me to get back to the dock? About 5 minutes, probably. Or you asked me how long it's gonna take me to, oh, after this live, I'm gonna be, I stop fishing every day at 5 o'clock. I only fish 5 hours. I mean, I got out here real late, but just because I wanted to do this live. I was hoping that this fish was gonna be stupid, y'all, because he's just sitting there. I should have had more of a 12 o'clock hook set. I kind of went the wrong direction on my hook set just now. Okay. Y'all take it easy. Whoever, the ones that's got to go. Now, I see a fish out there. He's 12 feet deep. I just can't tell whether or not. It's weird because I throw to him and I just, it's almost like it's a hologram or something. It's like he's not there, but he is there. Forget that fish. Jody Walker, cool. Like the videos. I'm glad you like the videos, brother. Now, make sure y'all check y'all notifications because I literally am not doing no editing videos no time soon. It's only gonna go live. So if you got questions or you want to see what's happening and water temperature, what colors, you're gonna have to catch a live or see it after the live because once I cut the video, this live feed off, it'll upload it in like 2 or 3 hours. I had so much people say, man, I didn't catch your video. I didn't catch your video. And so what I try to do is stay on longer. Y'all can see this one. This is gonna be the longest live thus far. I guess 45 minutes to an hour wasn't enough for folks to at least check in and go back out. 45 feet out that way. So I'm just letting it fall. Wind it in 5 times. I got that one on. Kind of reacted fast. Come on up here. There you go. That's about 11-inch fish right there. That fish is real close, but he's 18 feet deep. Oh, there he is. That's what I'm looking for. Big schools of bait fish. Covering up the actual fish that I was targeting. Now that they move, I can target this fish. What kind of accuracy is ideal when practicing? If you're going to be live scoping, trying to pick fish off, I'm gonna tell you what I do. I'm gonna tell you how I started off. I would take soda cans and throw them in the yard. Cast past the soda can and hit you want to hit the soda can when you want it back into you. That's what you do. Eventually you can get to bottle caps. You can take 6 or 7 bottle caps, the white ones, the blue ones, you know, Pepsi and Coke, or the red ones. You throw the bottle caps in your yard and you cast. That's how you get it. You want to be accurate, but always cast past, and then you want to hit whatever it is, you want to hit it on the way back. So that's what I do for practice. Because literally, that's the only reason you're not seeing your jig, you're not accurate. Now, I've shown that you don't have to see your jig. As long as the fish see your jig, that's all that matters. But you need to have a really general direction of where that fish is at. Like, I see this fish, that fish is, I don't know, 40 foot out. I count it down and then I just wind slow, right? If he see it, he'll hit it. See that? He hit it. All right, you know, I'm paying attention, looking at y'all, and this fish came over and hit it. Another good fish. Big fish. Look at that. Now, if that ain't something, I'm just showing it to you, man. If that's what you want, that's another 13-inch fish. Jig come right on out. See the back on him. All right, so we're gonna put him in the basket. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take it on to the house. It's almost 4:30. Typically, I stay out until about 5, right? But let y'all see that. Y'all already saw that basket. I think I done broke in the rod pretty nice. Should I pull up the basket? Within 5 cranks. Yes, you were right, Billy Ray, but within 5 cranks, I had that hit. I knew how far he was. I counted down because he was 12 foot deep, and I just started whining. Don't have to see that jig. If the fish see it, he'll hit it. You know, yes, it is a hole. So I've caught a good bit of hogs in there. Should I show the basket? Should I show the basket? I gotta pull this basket up anyway. Let me see if I can. Might can angle it down for y'all. Well, sort of, kind of. It's hard to say. Y'all see that? Y'all sort of can see it. The basket's laying down there. I'm about to pick it up. Let me move my rod. I'm gonna show y'all the basket. And then I'm gonna close out the video. So show us the basket. Okay, give me a second. Put this down. Show us the basket. Let me see something. That's this way. That's the area right there. Yep. So I can tighten it up right there. Yeah. All right. Let's get the basket out. Absolute good slabs. I mean, 13s and 14s. Y'all see that? Just seriously good fish, y'all. I know y'all see it. Real good fish. That fish got a little bleeding, but I mean, y'all see the size of that? There's another one in there. Y'all see that? They all pull out another one. Show it. Y'all seeing it. Y'all seeing it. So 13s and 14s. That's what I got. So, all right, now that I got that, I'm gonna move this up. Some good tanks. So I don't know the next live video probably next week maybe. If the weather is right, don't quote me on it because this year I don't plan on fishing winter too much. All right, if the water temperature or the air temperature is lower than 60, I'm trying to stay in the house. You know what I mean? But I will put out some videos for y'all like this live. You know, maybe, I think I gotta be here Thursday. I might go live again, who knows? But anyway, hey, my signal dropped for a moment. Give the video a thumbs up. If you have any questions, go in the comments and I'll be able to answer them for you. I think that's it. If you want to support the channel, look in the description. I'll have a link there. And that's about it. Hey, y'all be blessed.